Yo, what's up, guys? So we got a N55 335 XI, and we're gonna be doing a Valvetronic motor replacement, also oil pressure sensor, and the DME. So first thing you want to do, let's put the light on here so you guys see it. We're gonna be taking everything off basically. So first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. Next thing we're gonna start with is take off the air cabin box right here. Then take this one pops right out easily. Take that off. We're gonna take the intakes off, and then we start try to open up the engine.
Alright, so we just took these two covers over here at the end. There was just clips there. You just need to unclip it. It's right here, one and one behind that. And to take this whole thing off, you just need to take these two screws off of it. There's one right here, and there's one at the end right there.
Yeah. And then there's a rubber piece. You move to the side, and this thing should
this rubber piece comes off like right away.
Get a flathead and loosen this right here, and you pop this out. There's the intake filter, and you take this off. Then you got a little gasket right here, rubber. You pull this out. Alright, so once you get those clips off from there and right here, then there's little rubber gaskets like that hold it in place. You just have to pull it out. Once you pull it out, you got these cables that are connected with what is this, 9/32 is the size. So you just need a wrench to loosen those bolts right there. Let me see. Alright guys, so besides the rubber release, there's going to be two little bolts that we mentioned before. It's going to be hard to get in there, but you have to take these two off and then slide it off the metal. I think we might just keep these here. We disconnected one over here. That was this one. It pops right out. It's on a clip as well. So it's gonna.
Two screws go right here. This two go right here.
Yeah.
And then it comes off.
So we got that open. Next thing you do for the intake is you take these two screws off right here, and then this pops right out. So it's pretty simple. Alright, so there's the oil pressure sensor right here. You're gonna have to unbolt that and put a new one. This is our new one right here. So we're gonna do that after we change the Valvetronic motor. But it's pretty simple. You disconnect this right here. Regardless, we have to disconnect it, and you unscrew this and put a new one right there. It's pretty simple. Alright, so next thing you want to do is disconnect this oil tube right here. It has 4 releases, one on each side. So around 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're gonna have to use a flathead and try to open those up. Next thing you want to do is disconnect this sensor right here. You press it in like that with a small flathead, and it just pops out. And then you could just take out the rest of the intake.
Yeah, you just gotta unscrew it here. There was one right here, and there was two. Actually, there was one on the bottom right here, which was like on the bottom right there, right here. So you gotta unscrew those, and
that was this one right here.
Yeah. That was
right there.
All right, so when you try to take this one off, we try to do it without taking the support like off of the car, because we didn't want to go through that much trouble. But you actually can't do it, so you have to take this one off, the left one. Yeah, this one is gonna be 11 millimeter. No, that's 11, and that one is 15.
This thing is really tight, so and the bolt like this, so it's pretty big.
Alright, and it comes off like that.
Once you get that one out, now it should be able to take this cover off easy. Make sure you watch out for the plate cables. Just move it around. Squiggle it a little bit. There we go. Shit. You take that off, we can finally see the Valvetronic motor, which is right here. There's clips here. You press it together, pops out. That's your motor. And now we're gonna be disconnecting this hose right here and taking all these bolts off. So, all right. So we just disconnected Valvetronic connection right here. Also disconnected this sensor right here. Just squeeze both sides to get that out. It's pretty tricky. You need pliers for this. Just disconnected wastegate actuator, and we're gonna be disconnecting these O2 sensors right now. So you just pop these out and then unplug them. They should have. Make sure you get the same colors when you put it back in. So. Alright, so the way these comes out, you need a flathead. Pretty tricky. You need to unplug this by putting this right here on the bottom and lift it up, and then you pull it aside and it pops out. So make sure you connect to the right sensor. Maybe you want to mark these from the other ones, but same thing on both. Get the clip inside, lift it up, and then just pull it to the side. Let me see that. This one's all the way in there. Alright. But you got 2 yellows here, so should be easy. You don't have to mark them. Alright, next thing you guys want to disconnect is the vacuum plug right here. These 2 cables. You're gonna need pliers or something like that. Make sure you get the side that has no tips. Make sure it doesn't have the tips. So you go so you don't rip the cable or the tube. So you go down, squeeze it a little bit, and just pull it down. Should come out like that. These are good. And you want to also disconnect these clips right here. You got this cable right there, so you can move it to the side. Like that. Next thing you want to do is disconnect all the cylinder coils. It's like a clip. You just pull it up.
Alright, next thing you want to do after you take out the ignition coils, you gotta take these off right here. There's 1, 2, and there's a third one right there, and you need an 8mm socket for that.
So this line is on some few clips and it just pops right out.
Oh, hold on. There's one screw there, I think. One screw right there.
So we're gonna get that screw right now.
After you remove the line here with the coil sensors and everything, you just gotta put that on the side. And the last thing you want to do is take out the high pressure fuel lines right here. it's pretty common that once you start taking this off, the little bit of fuel is gonna come out of there. You just gotta do it slowly and just put a towel under it, and yeah, it should stop in about like 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah.
Alright, so when you guys are taking out the fuel pressure lines over here, you wanna, after you take it out, you wanna make sure you cover these. We're using like a kitchen slide cutter, whatever this is, like a plastic bag, and we're covering them up. But make sure you got these microfiber towels or any towels, so when you take them off, there's gonna be still a little bit of fuel left over. So you want to be ready for that so it doesn't leak anywhere. This one is actually okay. Usually they're on the left side. And you want to be careful here because you got the coils, so, and the sensor, so make sure you cover it nice. Alright, so after you take off the fuel lines and cover them up, next thing you want to do is take off the Valvetronic motor gasket, which is right here, and you're gonna need a 5mm. Just took this one off. We got some oil in here, so you could tell that you can tell oil is leaking, so the Valvetronic motors probably has oil in it too, and that's the reason we're getting that code. The last step to take off the angel valve cover is to take off 24 bolts, and they're size 5/16. So that's what we're gonna be doing now. Alright, so you guys want to make sure you get 24 bolts out, because one of them is actually covered, like right here. It has a little bolt cover or something like that, so make sure you take that off and get that screw as well. So make sure you get the ones in the back too. There should be 3 in the back outside of these 2 that you see over here and over there. So after that, this should pretty much come off easy. Let's see what's holding it here. You gotta be careful with these, because when you take it out, they might just jump back in, because you're not taking the screws off all the way. So alright, so we finally took the valve cover off. Took a long time. We had to take off the whole windshield wiper panel. So we had to take off the windshield wiper arms and open that whole plastic up right there. We even had to take the bar off that was here, because that was not letting the plastic go. That's the bar. That's the windshield arms. So we finally got the engine open. Next thing you want to do is remove the fuel injectors. So you're gonna need a 10mm to take these bolts off, and to remove the injectors you're gonna need a special BMW tool, which is this tool right here. Once you get those injectors out, then you're gonna be removing this block right here, the whole metal block. So this is the BMW tool. Next thing we're gonna do is remove the injectors. That's the tool you can order on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description. And first things first, you put these in to get the position right. You put the middle ones. Once you put that in, just screw that in with your hand, not too tight. Like that. Next thing you're gonna want to do is spin the top, this top to the right. Let's see, 6 of these. Spin the top, but you have to do it same time on the right side and the left side, or it's not gonna go all the way down. Like that. Alright, so once it's all the way down, like that, firm, then you're gonna get your 10mm and make sure these are tight. Get your 10mm and put these in place. That. Once you get them in place, once you got the center tight, then you want to spin this with a wrench to the right, like that, so they come out. Get your injectors out. Once this one's pretty loose, then you can go to the next one on the other side. Alright, once these are up, now what you want to do is just unbolt the 10mm in the center, like that, and be careful, don't drop any parts. You just have to pull it out and you get your injectors. Make sure you put them in clean space. Then there's 2 screws right here on the sides that you need to take off. It's a star head. We already took these off. It's gonna be 2 of these that you need to get out before you be able to pull this out. So once you get that, then you're gonna get this piece and just pull it gently. Look, we have a lot of dirt in here that we're gonna be cleaning out as well. See, even in there, over there. Alright, so here we got our OEM part. New Valvetronic motor. Just gonna put it back in. Make sure it's clean over there. Press it back in, it jumps in. Make sure you line the holes with the screws. And there you have it. Alright, so now we're putting it back together. You want to rotate the eccentric shaft the opposite way. Let's see. You want to do it slowly so it sits on the servo motor. Then you can put it back on like that on the gears. Also, now we're going to be putting back the stoppers that we took off from over here. So back right now. Let me see. Alright, we got that in. We're gonna use the 11mm. Put it back in tight. That. Alright, so guys, worst thing that can happen to you probably is what happened to us while we were doing this. So one of the stoppers, one of these bolts actually broke off in half as we were putting it back. We put it too tight and this what got stuck inside the engine. We spent like we had to postpone for a week to get a part and the tools to take it out. So that's the part number. If you're looking for this piece, that's what stops the eccentric shaft positioning. So what we used is drill heads like this, drill bits. We used the 1/16 that actually broke off in the process, and we used the easy out to remove it. This is probably the best tool you could get. It makes a hole inside the bolt like that, and when you spin it counterclockwise it takes it out. So the good thing is it's hard to reach down there, so these actually pop on the what is this quarter inch extenders. So that's what we used. Now we're gonna also take out the third cylinder box. So because we might as well, if we took out two, what you want to do is change the gaskets for all of them. So what we got here are the new gaskets for those cylinder boxes, and well, you want to make sure if you change the Valvetronic motor, you want to change this this piece right there, because it's oily and you know it gets worn out. So if you're there, you might as well just put a brand new one, so you don't get any leaks or anything like that. So we're gonna be putting that on. I just took this side off here. This should pop out now. Let's see. Alright. We got some oil here. Put that right there. And there's your gasket right there. It's a metal gasket. And we're gonna take this out. You see there's a dirt here. And we're gonna put a new one. Just like that. Alright, so we got our Allen key right here, and we just installed the stopper right here, the one closer to the left side. Same way that we took it off, we rolled it up. With also on the side, you want to have this twist that like that. You install your stopper right here, and then we're just gonna put it down with the Allen and the wrench right here, and you lay the stopper on top of the. Put the gear on top like that. So there you go. Now we're gonna put the rest of the pieces back. This one is good, like that.
Okay, so we'll put this back.
Next thing you want to do is put your oil squirter back. Make sure this is actually clean. Supposed to, because the squirts oil from here to the Valvetronic motor. Get this back right here and align it. Okay, we got it in like that. Looks good. Put this screw inside. So we're gonna be putting all 24, I think it's 24 screws back in, and making sure everything is tight. So şöyle kadar mı kere var kalmıştır. Hadi. Alright, so we got our new Valvetronic motor gasket or seal. If you're replacing the motor, make sure you order one of these too. This goes on top like that. Make sure you put the rubber part on the bottom. Like that. And these bolts are replaceable as well. You should order it with the your set. and the size is 5mm. So this is pretty good. Now we're gonna be taking, putting the spark plugs and all the connections. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is put the fuel lines back. Good thing to do is have them aligned the way you're gonna put them back. It's gonna be easier.
First you want to tighten it with your hands before you get the wedge.
Alright, so we got our coils in. All 6 coils. We just connected this vacuum plug here. These 2 right here, the hoses, the vacuum hoses. We put the vacuum plug here, and we're gonna connect the O2 sensors. Remember, these go, they're color coded, so one brown goes on brown and black goes on black. Just gonna pop that on right there, like that. Almost finished. Like that. You should hear a click. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna connect our Valvetronic. Valvetronic motor. Okay, that clicked in. Alright, so we finally put it back together. If you guys need any help, just rewind the video and watch how we took it apart. Now we're gonna be clearing the codes, and actually, when you change the Valvetronic motor, you need to have the DME learn the new positions. So this is the cheapest tool you can get to do that job. It's gonna be Foxwell NT510, and this can actually program it. That's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna connect it, put the key. You don't want to start it yet. You want to just use the tool. Go to BMW. I'm gonna put BMW Smart Fin. Alright. F3 manually. Come to service. You click enter. You go to drive, and it's gonna be motor electronics. You're gonna go to fuel consumption, ventilation, register, battery replace. Next thing you want to do is press the startup. The following test procedures after installation of electronic motor. We'll press OK. Stop engine. Those are now deleted. Okay, switch off terminal 15 terminal. Wait until DME main relay is deactivated. So we're gonna touch it off. Press OK. Limit positions are taught in the next steps. I'm gonna press OK. Run engine at idle speed. So we're gonna start the car now. Okay. Now this is gonna take a few minutes. You need to click the limit learn limit positions. Okay.